What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. Alright, today turned into something that I wasn't expecting. I wanted to do a video on drop and hook because I did one on live load, if you remember, where I was there for like 8 hours. So I wanted to show you all how easy drop and hook can be, but that's a little boring. But something happened. My trailer landing gear was so low I couldn't really get under the trailer. So I showed y'all in the video, you'll see about dropping your airbags, getting under, raising, and how I would use the airbags of the truck to help me. You'll see. It's just like a little trick of the trade, consider it that. And the other part of the video is I had somebody write in and he wrote this. It was Petrovich, and Petrovich asked if I could review the company I'm at, which is TransWood, and then compare it to other places I've worked. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to show you the drop and hook, the airbag trick, and then we'll do a review on TransWood and talk about other places I've worked. That will double as story time. Okay, so we got a loaded show today. Not show. We got a loaded video today. Nothing else to do, but let's get started. Okay, we're pulling up right now to the gate. I see I have a truck, highway transport truck, checking out. I've only been here once, and I don't know, am I supposed to wait for him to, because if I pull up to the gate, I'm blocking him from getting out. So I try to be a courteous driver to other drivers, even four-wheelers. Okay, there goes highway. Now I can enter the gate. Yeah, there's no way we both could have made it. Of course, he didn't wave or say thank you for not screwing me over or not being a jerk. That's all right. He's concentrating on driving, which is what he's supposed to do. All right, now I pull in and the guard will come and inspect my truck. Look, this guy right here with the flashing lights, he's salting the parking lot. Look how much salt, you can't see it. That thing is full over the top with salt. Acme. How many companies are named Acme? I'm sure if you're like me, when you see Acme, you think of the Roadrunner and that poor old Wile E. Coyote. I think Wile E. Coyote is my spirit animal. He's got luck. He's got the same luck that I do. He's got all these great plans and none of them work out. Not one of his plans ever works out. Yet he puts so much thought and effort into it. Yeah, Wile E. Coyote, man, that should be my CB handle when I get a CB. You know, Breaker 19, this is Wile E. Coyote. Maybe when I get a new truck, you know how drivers name their trucks? I'll name it the Wile E. Coyote. Hey man, don't none of y'all steal my idea now about if I am out there and I see a Wile E. Coyote truck or somebody using that CB handle, don't steal my idea. All right, let's unhook this trailer and then we'll go find our loaded trailer and get the hell out of here. Let me explain what's going on here. For those four-wheelers that don't know, the rear end of our trucks can go up and down. There's airbags. Right now, it's all the way lowered, and you see I can't get under the trailer. My tire's about to spin, and it's about to shoot me out. You see that? So my rear end's all the way lowered. So what I decided to do was just put my fifth wheel barely underneath the trailer and then raise the rear end. If you look at the fender, it's hard to see, but it's barely raising up a little bit. So once my rear end is all the way up, the trailer will now come off the ground and I can lower the landing gear. So now the trailer is supporting its own weight. Then guess what I do? I lower the rear end of the trailer again, which gives me that extra little bit. Why? It's really hard to crank up a trailer that's fully loaded, especially with 45,000 pounds on it.
So you just let the truck do all the work for you, and then you can back up under it easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that's my little tip of the day.
Okay, he's gonna probably come out, check my seals, I'll sign my paperwork, and we'll get on the road. And with that, we're out of here. Total time was about 40 minutes, and a lot of that was slowed me down because of recording this. Probably would have been 30 minutes. There we go. Plow guys, salting the road in Illinois. Not bad, way better than UDOT. Taking care of the roads, look at that. Okay, we covered a drop and hook. Now for the question of a review on TransWood, which is where I'm working. You've seen my videos. You've heard me complain about shippers, receivers, maybe some four-wheelers or other truck drivers or truck stops or whatever. You never really hear me complain about the company. And I really don't have any, to be honest with you. They give me my loads, I go do them, they leave me alone. I guess they trust that I'm capable and qualified. As far as support on the road, there's an after-hours number that I can call in case there's a problem after 5 p.m. and before 8. So that's good. Pay is always deposited every Friday morning on time. Never have any discrepancies with my paycheck, so that's good. But one thing that people need to understand is each terminal is different as far as the schedule, the pay, the benefit. I'm an owner-operator, so owner-operators don't get benefits anywhere. Health insurance and stuff like that. Company drivers do. So I can't, and like I said, each terminal is different, kind of independent, although under the one corporate umbrella, if you will. I mean, right now it's really slow. What can you do? I've talked to a friend of mine 2 days ago. He's a flatbedder, and he said he's struggling right now because it's so slow. Other tanker places are struggling. Dry van guys are struggling. It's just slow all around. But I had a load up to Chicago, and I got a backhaul. What more could you ask for? To be honest with you, the rates could be higher. That would be better. Training is something some people might ask me about. If you're an owner-operator coming on a TransWood, you should have experience with tanker. Because the training that I got was basically, we went out to the yard at the terminal in Texas where I work out of. They had a trailer with water in it, and we did an air off and then a pump off back into that trailer. It took about an hour, and that was it. So if you don't have any tanker experience, don't expect them to train you. If you need tanker training, there's what you would call starter tanker companies like Schneider and Prime Inc. out of Springfield, Missouri. They'll train you.
This is Future Jay. I thought of something that I could complain about. I can't just have this love fest here. Oh, everything's great. Number one, a lot of tanker work, and especially here, is out and back runs. I'm the type of guy, I want to pick up a load in Houston, go to West Virginia, then from West Virginia go to Kansas, and then from Kansas go to Seattle, and then from Seattle to Phoenix. And that's not what most tanker is, and definitely not right here. So it's been a big adjustment doing these out and back runs. You're home a lot more. Some people would love that, like, oh wait, I get to go home all the time. I don't want to go home. Y'all don't live in Louisiana, you don't understand. So there's that. And the other thing is my tablet. I have like a tablet rental fee, but my tablet's a piece of junk. I got to restart it every day just to hope that it functions properly. And I'm like, man, with all of these payments, it should total like a new tablet, right? Because these payments don't go away. Only I don't get a new tablet.
So my review is, I have no problems at TransWood. They treat me good, and hopefully I treat them good back. And if I had a buddy and asked me if I would recommend it to a friend or a family member, I would. But I would say, look, it's slow right now, and if you're an owner-operator, you know the deal. It's all on you. And you do have some expenses. I should have mentioned this. You got to get that equipment installed on your truck and pay for it. And those pumps, again, it depends on where you are, but you can plan on somewhere between $12,000 and $15,000 to get that. Plus, you need to buy a hose rack if you don't have a hose rack. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it because I really have no problems. Now, moving on to the next part of the question, he asked me to compare it. I've worked for a couple of other tanker companies, but only one of them was smoothbore chemical tanker. The other ones were fuel, which is a completely different world. The smoothbore chemical tanker was called Bulk Transport out of California. They've been bought out by Hennef. But I never got out of training. I trained for 3 weeks. But they had me, and this will double as story time. So if any of you were tuning in for the drop and hook section and the review section and don't like my stories, thank you for watching. Hope to see you on the next one. Now we'll start story time. So I worked there for about 3 weeks. They put me on the overnight shift, which I wasn't used to, and my trainer, his job was preloading trailers at this place called Ecolab. They make commercial grade cleaning supplies, bulk cleaning supplies for businesses. So I would show up to work at 11 o'clock at night. My circadian rhythm was all off. We'd drive 5 miles. Ecolab is only 5 miles from the terminal. Drive 5 miles, load up a trailer, bring it back, drop it at the terminal, pick up another empty, back to Ecolab. We do that 2 or 3 times a night, depending on how long it took to get these trailers loaded, because sometimes there was delays. We only did about maybe 4 deliveries. They're like, hey, we need you to go deliver this, and that's it for 3 weeks. And they're like, okay, we're gonna put you out on your own starting tomorrow or day after. I said, whoa, I'm not ready. I don't feel comfortable doing this on my own. All I've been doing is preloading trailers. We haven't done enough deliveries. And they're like, well, your trainer says you're doing good. I'm like, yeah, I'm doing good. Bottom line is, I said, I don't feel comfortable hauling hazmat, doing deliveries right now by myself. I need more training. Well, they were kind of surprised to hear that. They're like, well, we think you're ready. And they said, and here's your truck. This truck had 998,000 miles on it. So in 1 month's time, it would have hit the 1 million mile mark. It was run down, broke down. It had duct tape on the outside. I'm like, Call me a prima donna, call me spoiled. I'm not driving a truck with duct tape on it. It just ain't gonna happen. And no hope. It's not like, oh, well, we're gonna put you in a new one next month. Or there was no new ones. And I was like, you know what, guys? I'm not out of training yet. You know, they can let go of me at any time, and I can quit at any time. So that's what I did. I said, look, guys, this just isn't, right for me. And that was it. So I did get some training. And then, like I said, fuel hauling, that's completely different, because instead of a smoothbore tanker with the product sloshing, it's got compartments that keeps the product more or less in place. Also, over here, you don't load your own trailer, but when you're doing fuel tanker, you do load your own trailer. You have to get the weight of the product every day, because it weighs something different depending on the temperature, the altitude of the rack that you're loading at, gravity and all of this stuff. You have to figure all of that out and figure out how much product you can load in each compartment to keep your weight legal, because you're going to be crossing over scales. And so every day I'd be there with my calculator and my pen figuring that out. And then of course you have to always unload your own trailer, either using gravity or a pump. So that was interesting. Okay, so that's my story. I did my review. I told you how it compares to other tanker. I don't think you need me to compare it to dry van, because obviously it's two completely different industries. You got a story. I think I covered everything, right? Okay, that's gonna be it then. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Come on, man, pass me up. You ever notice how sometimes four-wheelers are coming up real fast? When they get to you, I need to get over so I can pass this guy. When they get to you, they get scared and then they like back off the throttle. It's like, no, just keep doing the same speed you were doing. I can never figure out four-wheelers. I'll never, for as long as I drive, I'll never be able to figure out what goes through four-wheelers' minds. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you watch the next one. And until the next one, this is Jason, signing out.